All right, guys. My people, how you guys doing today? We're back again to talk about this Kwam1 versus Kwam2. As you all know, since yesterday, the whole social media everywhere does scatter. You know, everybody's talking about this whole situation. What happened to the girl, the Akwa Ibom girl, and all that, blah blah blah. And what happened to Oga Watsu a couple of days ago as well? How the judgment were passed and all that. A lot of Nigerians are concerned over this whole thing. You know, I'm going to be taking off everything right now. This is going to be a little bit lengthy video. We're going to go all the way to ANALYSE, people's reactions and all that, blah, blah, blah. But I would like us to start from what Peter Obi have to say over this whole thing. Peter Obi don't talk for this matter. As you can see already from the screen, coming from Mr. Peter Obi, the unfortunate and dishonorable drama witnessed in Ibom Air has again brought to the fore the double standard in our lives, the inadequacies of our various security operatives in acting decently and in a civilized manner. I want to start by sincerely apologizing to the Ibom Air crew who were assaulted by Miss Comfort Emerson. We must, as a society, learn and uphold good conduct as it is true measure of success and decent living. However, I must equally strongly condemn the dehumanizing treatment meted out to this young woman. Stripping her publicly was not only unnecessary but also represent the height of rascality and abuse by our agencies. It is unacceptable that she was hurriedly taken to court and remanded, while someone who visibly had a plane from taking off and put hundreds of lives at risk is still at large, with government agencies and some state officials speaking up for him to be forgiven. Let's continue, my people, what Peter Obi have to say. Then Peter Obi continue. This case is not just about one young woman. It is about the double standard that poison our justice system. Justice in Nigeria must never be about who is poor or powerless versus who has influence or access to government officials. While Mrs. Comfort Emerson is in jail, the other offender who committed a more severe offense has not been held to the same standard. He has neither been arrested nor arraigned in any courts. We must build a country where justice is fair, equal, and not selective, especially against women who are seen to be weaker. This young lady's offense does not compare to the crimes committed daily by those parading themselves as excellencies while looting public funds without consequences, and yet they have not been stripped or dehumanized in the name of justice. We must end this selective treatment of the poor or less privileged. If justice must be served, it should be served to all, and it must serve fairly. The Minister of Aviation and other relevant authorities own the public an explanation for this double standard in the adjudication. Justice must be just or it's nothing at all. That I'll be round up there. The rule of law based on justice for all must remain the guidepost of our democracy. A new Nigeria is possible. That's Peter Obi right there. But I'd like us to continue with ANALYSE because I have a couple of presentations to give to you guys today. Listen to this.
All right. In the meantime, Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo is calling for further investigation into the incident involving Comfort Emerson. Keyamo criticized the indecent exposure of the passengers totally unacceptable and said that the debasing of womanhood should not be tolerated. Well, he directed that those who recorded and released the video of the incident to the public should be identified and sanctioned. Keyamo asked airlines to continue to train their staff in public relations and how to defuse explosive situations. He pointed out that for aggrieved passengers, there are clearly laid down remedies to address grievances. The minister promised to apply equal sanctions available in aviation on erring passengers.
So how do you then react to those who say this case has moved very fast, which you have described as due process? The passenger is already in correctional facility, unlike the case of the Fuji music legend Kwam1, which happened some days ago. How do you respond to the perception of double standards, or do the rules apply differently in aviation? He was on the tarmac trying to prevent a plane from flying, and then she was, physical.
As to whether, the laws apply differently. I mean, just see there, that footage where, oh my God, I mean, it's scary to look at that with Kwam1, that incident with Value Jet, where he could have lost his life.
He literally escaped by whiskers.
Yeah, he escaped by the whiskers.
Yes.
So now, is this telling of the temperament of the average Nigerian, especially in the times we live in now? Is it a reflection of the level of mental health, in Nigeria? We've heard that about 40% of the 230 or so million Nigerians have one mental issue or the other.
The WHO is not wrong.
Yes, in a way that, it's reflecting now, whether it's a big man, a celebrity, a musician, top person, or the ordinary, regular Nigerian. So something really needs to be done to evaluate, people's mental health. And then again, the issue of aviation safety, how strong, how stringent are the rules, to ensure that these things don't happen? In a couple of weeks, a number of weeks, we've seen this incident occur.
Yes, in putting this report together, I went beyond the shores of Nigeria to see what really applies, and it does seem like a common thread. And the scary part, Ngozi, is that from the statistics released by IATA, which is the International Aviation Agency, it does show that there's an increase in passenger infractions and unruly behavior by passengers. Now, the question is, why is this so? We're told that Mr. Nitiju can hear us. Mr. Nitiju?
Can you hear us now?
Okay, so
great.
Let me reiterate my question. I was asking you, as the experts in the aviation sector, what do you say to those who are alleging double standard? In the case of the Ibom Air that happened, the passenger is already in the correctional facility. You have described it as due process. But we did see about last week, some days ago, a Fuji musician in Nigeria, popular one, a legend, preventing an aircraft from taxiing and taking off, Kwam1. But he has since done an apology. No, but he wasn't taken to custody. How do you explain it? Yes. How do you explain the difference?
Well, it makes one a bit on the uncomfortable side. The rules should apply to everybody that violates the rule. It's as simple as that, whether male or female. Law is no respecter of status. The only exception in this case, or why I really cannot fathom why same was not done. You recall that I commended the steps taken, due process, in the case of the lady in question. She was promptly arraigned before a proper court of law, and a proper court of law remanded her. The only issue there that one might say might be holding them up in this case is a bit on the complex side. There was several unprofessional handling in that Wasiwa in this matter. How did he breach the security screening point going out with such flask? The maximum liquid allowed is 100 ml. And obviously that flask we are seeing should definitely be bigger than 100 ml. So on what basis? Were they overwhelmed by supposed celebrity status as to have allowed him to even get onto the tarmac? And then the interaction, the interlocution between him and the pilot in command, the lady, shouldn't have arisen at all. He should never have been allowed to get onto the tarmac. Okay, now he was on the tarmac. What we expect of the aviation security personnel was to have promptly whisked him off that place. If he resists, they handcuff him. and take him away because he constitutes a danger to civil aviation.
Right.
And the rules are there in the Nigerian Civil Aviation Act of 2022. Many things, the gestures he displayed in that place was completely unruly and dangerous. One, he could be said to have held the entire aircraft hostage, and he was jeopardizing the lives of both crew and passengers at that material time. There was no reason or justification for that. But before he even went into the front of the aircraft, the aviation security personnel ought to have whisked him off that place. And on the part of the pilot, yes, he ought to have remained calm. Unlike what we saw with the lady with the Ibom Air, I would have expected, and by her professional training, she would have gotten the all clear sign before getting into motion. Right. And, well, it wouldn't be an excuse. She deals with the public, and it is expected that she will maintain a calm in spite of such provocation, such as the alleged pouring of the content of the flask on her person. So, all in all, right, there is no room for exception. There is no room for discrimination.
Okay, very quickly before we let you go,
to have been treated equally.
Okay, I've been told this we will have to leave it there. But very quickly, I mean, is it safe for us to say that these infractions are very frequent in Nigeria's aviation sector? And would you say that the life ban on this lady, Miss Emanson, is in order by Ibom Air, or is it too stringent?
Well, you see, in international law and in the rules concerning aviation pertaining to commercial aviation and then the various airlines, they have their own prescribed rules. They can say they do not want you because you constituted a danger to the aircraft once. They do not want you to fly with them anymore. It's a contract, you know, and you accepted the contract on the basis of the terms. And if you violate it, they can decide that they do not want you on board the aircraft.
Okay, if they decide they don't want you, I don't think we have issue with that. Me particularly, I don't have any issue with that. Any kind of decision you're gonna take, penalization for this lady, I don't have any issue with that at all. My concern now is that why is it that the decision, the judgment is selective? Yes, somebody did it first, Kwam1, and it was banned for 6 months. And it was not imprisoned, and the whole case have been abolished. It came on air and apologized, which, okay, many people accepted the apology and everyone moved on. How come this same lady was not treated that way? Ban her for 6 months, let her come on air and apologize, and let everybody also move on. Oh, okay. We are now beginning to see what Peter Obi was talking about just now. We can't continue like this. Nigeria cannot work like this, my people. I don't have anything against this girl or our EPA, Wasiu, or even you listening to me right now. But my concern is that let's do things right. If you are treating anybody, penalizing anybody for wrongdoings, let it be fair. Let it be fair. But meanwhile, let's listen to what Daddy Freeze have to say concerning the response from Peter Obi. But before that, his previous reactions yesterday, let me quickly recapitulate on that.
No go see today, oh, we don't first see Kwam1, now we don't see Kwam2. They say this babe, according to the story, oh, I know they there, oh, they say when the Ibom airline take off, the one take off, they say off phone. The girl no agree off phone. It can't turn katakata, can't turn fight. So allegedly, she can't wait, make everybody come down from the aeroplane. The person will confront her, that's the air hostess, she can't go drag with them, come out her wig, begin they do all sorts.
What did you do to me?
First things first, a plane cannot crash because your phone is on. Yes, it is standard aircraft procedure to switch off your phone, but sometimes people tend to panic and overdo and cause unnecessary because they believe say the phone will bring the aeroplane come down. Now lie, nothing will happen. That does not mean you should not obey. Obey. Number 2, I want to praise this woman here. Hey God, what a beautiful, well-trained air hostess. Ibom Air, I come out my cap for una. Una they carry eye go market when una they hire and una they use sense take hire. I watched the whole video. Well, not the whole video because 2 seconds from disaster, I turned off my phone because I don't want to see Bobby everywhere. I no go lie, the auntie get fine Bobby, but as a man of God, as I see the Bobby, I quickly run, come out. God no go let me see waiting big past my eye. Hallelujah. But apart from the fine Bobby, I not see anything will remain well fine for the auntie. Auntie fight, kasala. So take the drag gun, come out aeroplane. I talked to my lawyer, Belinda. I say, Belinda, is it possible that this girl can sue for the way they drag him, come out Bobby? She said, yes, there's a case, that she can have a case. I don't know whether in Nigeria you go get that case through, but I leave her to pursue her case. In the meantime, they say they don't hand them over to police where she's cooling off. They say she wants to spoil the aeroplane. Person who wants to spoil the aeroplane, at least the papa go get aeroplane. So that, like for instance, those days when we were young, if you carry your 504, go jam person 504. If the headlight break, you come out to your papa own, give them. If you spoil the aeroplane and see your papa get aeroplane for house, or your papa they say aeroplane spare parts, well, they careful for this life. After all said and done, in the spirit of fairness, I'd like to hear from anybody that was on board the flight. I'd like to hear from Ibon Air, and I also like to hear from the girl in. I want to read Peter Obi's side of the story. He says, the fortunate and dishonorable drama witnessed in Ibom Air has again brought to the fore the double standards in our lives and the inadequacies of our various security operatives in acting decently and in a civilized manner. The unfortunate and dishonorable drama, okay. I want to start by sincerely apologizing to the Ibom Air crew who were assaulted by Miss Comfort Emerson. We must, as a society, learn and uphold good conduct as it is a true measure of success and decent living. However, I must equally strongly condemn the dehumanizing treatment meted out to the young woman. Stripping her publicly was not only unnecessary, but also represents the height of rascality and abuse by our agencies. It is unacceptable that she was hurriedly taken to court and remanded, while someone who visibly held a plane from taking off and put hundreds of lives at risk is still at large, with government agencies and some state officials speaking up for him to be forgiven. The case is not just about one young woman, it is about the double standards that poison our justice system. Justice in Nigeria must never be about who is poor or powerless versus who has influence or access to government officials. While Mrs. Comfort Emerson is in jail, the other offender, who committed a more severe offense, has not been held to the same standard. He has neither been arrested nor arraigned in any court. We must build a country where justice is fair, equal, and not selective, especially against women who we see as weaker. This young lady's offense does not compare to the crimes committed daily by those parading themselves as excellencies while looting public funds without consequence, and yet they have not been stripped or dehumanized in the name of justice. We must end the selective treatment of the poor or less privileged. If justice must be served, it should be served to all, and it must be served fairly. The Minister of Aviation and other relevant authorities owe the public an explanation for these double standards in their adjudication. Justice must be just, or it is nothing at all. The rule of law based on justice for all must remain the guidepost for our democracy. A new Nigeria is possible. Peter Obi. First things first. I agree with everything Peter Obi said, except comparing the incidents. They were two separate incidents. Kwam1 no slap anybody. Now stand is stand. If there was anybody assaulted during the Kwam1 incident, it was Kwam1 when they want to use aeroplane German. He no touch anybody. They said he poured the drink on the pastor. That's one side of the story. I wish I could speak to Kwam1 and then get that properly ascertained. However, I also believe that Kwam1 should have at least been arrested. They said he spilled the contents of his flask. It's their story. Everybody gets story. Everybody gets story. And he spilled the drink on the pilot. Now pilot one use plane German. Oh, no go there. It's this girl is seen on video slapping somebody. But the Kwam1 issue is a lot more technical. Because yes, he held a plane hostage, but yes, they also wanted to use the plane to run him over. So there is a bit of unclarity. And like I said from the beginning, both the girl story and Kwam1 story, we just have videos and what people, this one said this one said that. We don't have a true picture of what really happened.
Look at these two people in this video. They are both Nigerians. Both of them committed the same offense. But one, as we speak, they has they drink champagne, they chill. While one, they prison. Why is it so? The one drinking champagne that committed the same offense is a boy to the president. And the one that is in prison, now president citizen. Celebrate grace. Now, so this country want to move forward, so. Now, so this country want to move forward. No, nah. Everybody agree that the girl went extreme. Yes, good and fine. But una judgment too, he overgo extreme for the girl. No fly life ban. She can no longer enter plane for her life, whether local plane or international plane. She cannot travel by air. While the other one, where the president boy, his offense was more grievous than that of the girl. He was being banned for flying for 6 months. Locally, now so Nigeria want to move forward, so one was treated like a lion. They could not go close to him. While the other one was treated like a goat. Although both of them were wrong. My question is, what happened to equal right and justice? Why is it that the law of this country always favor the rich against the poor? Because if this girl, now senator daughter, or governor daughter, or Tinubu friend daughter, she will go scot-free. Or they will give her 6 months as well. As a matter of fact, the one that is a boy to president, some people in presidency said they should forgive him because he apologized. They said to her, he's human. Now, the one that is a citizen was not given any opportunity to even apologize. That same day was taken to court, and that same day, judgment was made, and they tried to prison in my country, Nigeria. Now, so things they stop here, no level. Now, so this country want to move forward, so at the ask, K1, the ultimate, they ask now, they drink champagne, they look the same person where they two commit the same offense, they jail. Tomorrow you go dress up, wear white and white, go event, they sing. Waiting now. Come, if you know say you poor, you don't get level, you don't know anybody for this country. Anytime you step out of your house, I take God beg you, I hardly use God beg people. Respect yourself. Anywhere you enter, there is rules and regulation. Obey them. Obey them, because when you enter trouble, nobody will come for you. Obey them, because the laws of Nigeria is for the poor. Obey them until you reach that level where we say, hey, the law not be for you. But once you know, say you still did that level where we say the law will feel you, just respect yourself. If you enter, play off your phone. Anywhere you enter, they say do this one, do that one. It's just for a few hours. This guy now go day where day now they regret. Because I go not clear. I go not clear. Now so this country want to move forward. Now so the law, they favor some people, they leave some people. This is not nice. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please look into this matter. Presidency need to come in. Yes, this guy went extreme, but banning her not to fly again, and then she's still in prison. No, now that judgment is too extreme. Because another president will do the same thing. That one even stop playing, not to move after highness. So they tell us that water. They give her 6 months. They come make press conference. They no vest. The matter die like that. They call apologize. They say to her is human. This is pure injustice of the highest order. Anything worth doing should be well done. Or may they not do one at all. If Lord they may they catch everybody, not say they catch some, they leave some. Why now? The world is watching.
Same country, different laws. Right now, same offense within the space of 6 days. One is at home sleeping, another one is in prison. Same thing happened a year ago with Bobrisky and Cubana chief priest. Some people, when they commit offense, they get away with it. Now so it be. Now, some people, if you commit that same offense, you are going down. Same country, same airport incident, but one is in Kirikiri now, and the other one is at home eating. Same way, some people are using pen to steal your money, awarding contracts, big contracts to siphon your money. But others that are doing yahoo, they bust them in their hotel. One country, different laws for different folks. So if you fall into that category of Odenwon, you are going to jail. If you fall into the category that I'm sorry, you go home, you win. What a nation. So you can see the development too will be selective. To go forward like this in the nation is very difficult. Welcome to Nigeria, where one law for hay, one law for the poor, one law for the rich.
Has been sent to Kirikiri prison because she had issue with the E-bomb staff inside the plane, right? That was very fast though, because now this same thing in this same past week, Mr. Kingsley Wasu Ayinde, the APC musician, yes, he tried to stop value jet plane. Now no bond amo. Charles na bond that. Now no bond like that though. Now no in commerce after 48 hours apologizing. He's free in his house, enjoying life. But this girl now look and less, now show power. Like you send her to prison just like that. For what reason? She keep person. That was very fast though. Sharp, you don't go prison. When person they will do waiting pass that one self. It's still down at the airport. They post apology. Government officials are posting apology letter for Wasu Ayinde. Is that the right way? People are not very now know waiting at the cuckoo. You people don't know. This is oppression. For what?
You followed it.
Yes.
I saw part of the legislation that established in civil aviation.
Yes.
They say it could be tantamount to hijacking. It could be issues around life imprisonment or a fine. What does the law say? And he has apologized right now. So what do you make of the situation? Maybe that's the best way to ask you.
I doubt if there is any inmates in Kirikiri that is not willing to offer an apology to be freed. Evans, the convicted kidnapper, has apologized. Let the government free him. Since Nigeria is now setting free people who violate the law based on an apology. And I saw that Bike Arewa saying, oh, to err is human, to forgive is divine.
No, to err is human, that's why she ended it.
So if apology is not the policy, it's not the national policy for being freed after you've gone against the law, all Nigerians should be given same opportunity. What Kwam1 did cannot be tolerated. And do you know why he was so audacious? He's a friend of the president. He's connected to the high and mighty. You would have also seen the audio circulating where he allegedly threatened the honor of value jets. What do you think emboldens him? Because impunity has become a culture. There was a gentleman who protested, I think the Supreme Court division in the dispute between Peter Obi or the outcome of the election, if you can remember. They charged him for terrorism. There was a man who caused a scene, I think in Ibom Air or so, during the last election. I think they charged him for terrorism. Eventually, even when they found that he had some issues to deal with mentally, they still sent him for evaluation. They never released him. He had to go through all that. Why is Kwam1's case different? If I, in Ibe goes to Murtala Mohammed Airport now, have a disagreement with the captain or any member of the crew and decide to obstruct an aircraft, you don't need to be a prophet or a prophetess to know what will happen to me. Why is Kwam1's case different? Because he's a friend of the president. So if they are saying that his relationship with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whom he has publicly associated with, is not a defense to the offense he has possibly committed. I don't understand why they have not arrested him. I don't understand why they have not put him on trial. And I still don't understand why the airport security were begging him, trying to placate him, please, so move away. They did not grab him and take him away. This idea of the law being weak with the powerful and powerful with the weak, this two-tier justice system is going to be the downfall of our country. You cannot have a prosperous Nigeria without a rule of law. The reason why the so-called Senate clients, America, United Kingdom, Canada, and so on, the reason why these countries are progressing is not because they have more natural resources. It is because of the rule of law. That no matter who you are, even if you are Donald Trump and you violate the law, you are going to face the consequences. And because you are a popular entertainer, he started to entertain himself. But in doing that, he violated the law. Let the law take its course.
The officials of the airline should have handled it differently, or the security guards at the airport. That brings me to the point where I said the officials of the airline should have handled it differently, or the security guards at the airport. She had done this. Okay, she went against the rules. Yeah? You have profiled that to be a nuisance at that point.
Or a flight threat.
A flight threat or risk or whatever.
Yes.
In fact, the plane had already landed. Passengers had disembarked. Make a case for the security guys to just escort her to an interrogation room or something. This is just like jungle justice. Nothing equates.
Are you serious?
Yes, exactly. Nothing equates you stripping someone naked. She wouldn't. Look, you see how
I'm so sorry. As a woman, I found it really embarrassing that the men didn't care that this woman was stripped.
At the point her breast was exposed, you could see a hand reaching to the dress and pulling it the other way. And before God and man, it was just something I'm not a lady, but I know what it means.
It's embarrassing.
I know what it means to have that part of your body exposed, especially when you do not do it intentionally or willingly.
Yeah, but you can't know what it means because you're not a woman.
But I see reactions, and I see how you people guide it.
Okay.
I see how you people protect it, and giving it up like that by people you didn't give permission to do it is just off it. So I felt the airline should have allowed her disembark, escort her if possible. You have communication gadgets. You would have told your own people, please be on standby. You have an issue. We need to hand over someone to the security, and they take her to the interrogation room. But there are some obvious things that you do with professionalism. I believe the airport staffs or the air hostesses or the pilot and all that, they are expected to be trained. So they should know how to handle these things differently, because the outcome is always something you can't determine at the beginning. So you can imagine the outcome and ask yourself, what could be the worst case scenario? If you ask those questions, you'll be able to know, okay, if I handle it this way, this is what will happen.
Forget Kwam1 versus Kwam2. This is now a full-blown Nigeria justice drama. Comfort Imansin now caught Kwam2 allegedly assaulted Ibom air crew Next thing, stripped in public, humiliated, dragged to court and dumped in Kirikiri prison. Meanwhile, Fuji legend Wasiu Ayinde Marshal Kwam1 reportedly carried a flask on a value jet flight, splashed his contents on an officer, and even stood in front of a plane. His punishment, just an apology, and straight home, no cell, no kirikiri. Peter Obi says this is proof of double standards. The poor gets punished instantly, the powerful gets a soft landing, but Remo Okri fired back, saying Obi is politicizing the whole thing, lying that K1 endangered lives and ignoring similar incidents when they involved Obi's own supporters. Now, NEFGAD, a civil society group, is stepping in, giving Comfort free legal defense. They say that viral clip everyone saw is only half the story, and demand Ibom Air release the in-flight footage. They insist something happened inside that plane that may have provoked her, and they want whosoever leaked her video prosecuted. On that part, Aviation Minister Festus Keyamo agrees. He called the indecent footage leak totally unacceptable and has ordered the staff responsible to be sanctioned. He's keeping a flight ban in place, confirms she's been arraigned and remanded, but says airline must retrain their staff to defuse drama before it explodes. And that's when Nigeria is split. Some shouting justice for Kwam2, others saying she resisted lawful authority, but everyone is asking the same thing. If you are famous or connected, is the wrong way to forgiveness just a little shorter?
Madam, I beg come on for a make I pass. Everybody that live the ration. Come on for a make I pass. Now don't say wahala. I want to go out. And here hostess is standing on the way.
All right. There is a similar airport saga situation that also happens. I would like us to take this.
As at that time, he had turned the phone off. As at that time, he had turned the phone off. As at that time, he had turned the phone off. No, she was rude. You people listen to your client. You're listening one way and it's not right. She's very rude. They bring him back because what you are doing now is cheating to the guy. You didn't even listen to your. You didn't even listen to the guy. Yes, you're very rude. You're very rude. She didn't say that. You're very rude.
So she did not say that.
She came to me first. She was very rude. She provoked the guy. She brought the thing up. There's a way to talk. She was very rude.
I understand.
She provoked the guy.
But then there are ways to handle it.
Sir, can I tell you something? She's in the service business. She's the one that's supposed to explain to the guy. It's not the guy that she explains to her.
I have to do a PA. You know I made a PA.
You don't have to take it. It's not fair. You are all with it. You are all with it. Can I tell you? You see that time she came to meet me? You see when she came to meet me?
When she came, the first time she came, we stopped and I made a PA. I made a PA.
He had done this off then. He had turned it off then. So let me tell you what happened. When she came to meet him, and she was insisting, the guy turned it off. But the way she was talking, the guy wanted to stress her because he had turned it off.
Exactly.
But then, no! People talk to your client, to your talk better. A woman, she's inside, wearing white shirt and glasses, refusing a whole flight to fly because all her bags were not on the airline. That is her. That is the one woman that has stopped a whole plane from moving. I don't live in New York. I don't live in New York. This is what has happened. Many of us, we don't live in New York. We don't live in New York. See us coming down. Because of one person. See all of us on ground. Some of us came from far for this flight. Some people don't live in Akwa, and it's getting late. It's night. We are waiting for her to come down. Let her come down. Why is she still in the plane? Why is she still in the plane? Why is she still there? Why is she still in the plane?
You don't bring a man out of the aircraft with faulty. You cannot tell me that regulation. That means the plane is faulty. Now go beat down lady. Now they talk. After go beat her.
Why is she still in the plane?
Now she go come down now. Let's plane go carry only her. Sorry, you don't beat me. Let's address this issue.
So what time are we moving? Ibom Air. I don't know. Where are you people lodging us? Where? I have a 5 a.m. flight out of Abuja tomorrow. I don't live in Nigeria.
Stay in New York. What's the accommodation plan for us? What are we going to do? First of all, can we have everybody?
We are waiting for her to come down. I don't know why she's still there. Why is she, and she was saying, and I won't agree, why is she still inside the plane? Why is she staying? Why wasn't she deported? Why wasn't she deported? Pilot said, I cannot solve the matter with her, so I'm going to cancel the flight because we couldn't solve it. And we have security in the airport, and we couldn't deport one passenger. When I was coming, all 4 of my bags were left behind in Abuja. I did not stop the plane from moving. She insisted all her bags were inside. People, we are all coming down. See all of us.
Please, I'm begging you, please. Calm down, temper, yeah?
Moving security airport me.
Yes, no, we have, man, but please, nobody knew why it happened. Could be with something better. Please, let's temper.
You know I've lost my ticket with British Airways. Because I'm flying tomorrow morning by 5. It is now a no-show for me. How am I going to get, who is going to give me the money that I'm going to pay for my ticket again? Will Ibom A give me back my...
They will not. They were ready to fly. They had to fly. They didn't...
Can you tell this aircraft to move?
They can't move. They can't move now.
So I have lost a whole ticket. I've lost a ticket right now.
I understand what you completely, but then who knows why?
There is no who knows why. Pilot had announced we are about going. Only to hear fracas down.
That's a problem. Nobody knows why. It could be something that's saving you, something you never imagined could happen.
We are waiting for her.
No, please.
We are waiting for her.
In the airport, they won't allow you to beat somebody.
She will follow us inside the hall. She will follow us inside the hall.
This is the owner.
This is the lady that stopped this flight from going to Abuja. I'm posting it on my Instagram page, and I'm going to tag Ibom Air. I am posting it on my Instagram page, and we are going to tag Ibom Air. Look at her. You are board the whole flight for one human being. We are following you. Better face this camera now, because it's going on Instagram. It's going on Twitter. Look at her. Everybody has got in line. Why didn't you deport her? No, we are following her. See her, Gadi. She see her. If my phone drops, if you drop my phone, when she was see her.
God will kill you. A bad woman. You can't be a lawyer.
Only God knows what she planned for the flight.
You cannot be a lawyer.
This is her. Because of her, I've missed my British Airways flight. My British Airways flight tomorrow morning, I've missed it because of you. Are you going to give me almost £2,000 to pay for that? Are you going to give me?
All right, guys. Una don't see all the videos. We need to be honest to ourselves. You know, the reaction from Mr. Peter Obi, reactions from concerned Nigerians, and your own reactions, because everybody's reacting to this at this particular moment. You know, let's be honest to ourselves. The way this judgment was passed, this selective judgment, what is your take on it? What is your take? Should we have, or rather, should we continue to live like this in our country where some will be treated unfairly, while some will be applauded for their wrongdoings? This is NAIJA Watch Media. Join us every day, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's continue to talk about the things that affect you and I. Take care, guys, and bye for now.